Hi guys, this is 2020 astrological forecast and I would like to welcome you to the new era. In the first part of the video, I'm gonna be talking about impact of astrological events, which they will have on a global scale, on a global basis, like for society and for all of us all together. But in second part of the video, I'm gonna break it down according to your zodiac sign. So stay tuned, okay? Year 2020 was really a long-awaited year for everybody who is in this field. We were really wondering what this year will actually bring because there are some overwhelming and massive events in the sky and they will definitely impact or touch lives of us and I believe of the world, shall we say. Now, first event is very important and it's gonna be conjunction between Saturn and Pluto, and it will happen on January 12th and then it will repeat itself in 2021. So I believe whatever happens in January 12th, it will still needs to be completed, and only in 2021 we will be very much clear what is really going on here, okay? Now, this conjunction is in the sign of Capricorn, which is really very heavy, right? Because, Capricorn energy itself is very authoritative, but still, if we combine Saturn and Pluto, which are really very powerful planets, but each of them is powerful in its own unique way, we will get probably some very interesting results. Now, this conjunction happens only once in 32 or 38 years, it depends, but in past, if we look into the past, we can definitely say that this conjunction was sort of responsible for the events of World War I and World War II. Typical endings and beginnings are connected to this conjunction. This conjunction is especially important for you if you have it in your own birth chart, as I do, for example. So then you should definitely, have your reading by astrologer, because you should really be clear of where this conjunction happens, in which house, for you, because it will be the most important area for you during these upcoming years, okay? Now, if we combine Saturn and Pluto, Saturn is all about structure, having things done, but also having things the same in a way. Saturn really cling to the old and to known and very much predictable things, but Pluto is very much the opposite, right? Pluto is really very transformative energy. Pluto craves changes, and for Pluto it is all about spiritual growth, but again, dark side always comes into play with Pluto. Now, I really believe that things have to crash down first to be rebuilt or reborn again. So, one of the most common themes of this conjunction is that we really will be forced to let go of something. With this conjunction, obviously it depends on the house, but it is probably like outgrown, let's say, parts of your personality or old patterns. It can be very deep and psychological because we all cling to something, right? And in 2020 we will be a little bit forced to give it away, whether we want or no, because first we really need to have like space, and only then new things can come into our life, okay? Now, negative side of this aspect is obviously very much connected to abusing the power, to crime and even to corruption and tyranny, right? Because this aspect is really heavy, or can be heavy, if we sort of mistreat it, right? So definitely there can be increasement in corruption and in crime. You know, you personally may be dealing with someone who is very authoritative, and you know, you will sort of have to let go, or walk away or something. But on more global scale, I believe that there will be some authoritative figures who will try to force something into whole society, okay, whatever it will be. So this is really negative side, okay, so we better be careful. On more positive note, which is always good news, this conjunction is one of those things that can really bring us advanced quantum engineering, okay, new ways of using the power in its core, and really things like this. So it can really be interesting, and I believe that on a global scale, it will be all about power, how we use the power, who holds the power, and you know, how can we definitely restructure even organizations, systems, politics, because this is really heavy energy, and on a global scale it can really mean some very meaningful and important and very much necessary events for all of us, for everybody, right? Now, on more positive note, I would like to talk about another conjunction which will be happening. It is Jupiter conjunct Pluto in 2020, and it will be in the sky on April 4th, June 20, and in November 12th. You know, guys, this conjunction is the lucky one. If you have this conjunction in your birth chart, then congratulations, because this is the conjunction which is responsible for all the great wealth in the world, okay? It is really aspect of great richness. So my prediction would be that there will be really like enough financial resources in society, and it will be only up to us how we can use it and handle it, hopefully for greater good, right? Now, speculative business can go very well during this year, because you know, sometimes there are really these inclinations that things can end up very well, and if Pluto is involved, there is still a little bit of, you know, something that is not so, you know, right, or something darker, or something like underneath, a little bit secretive. So things like this can really work, okay? Third thing I would like to mention in this general forecast is Saturn conjunct Jupiter. It will be happening in the sign of Aquarius on December 21st. You know, this aspect is a bit contradictory, but still we will benefit a lot. Now I would like to go just a little bit back into history, because we already had glimpses of what this can actually bring to us as to the society, because in 1980s this conjunction happened in the sign of Libra. And you know, this was really beginning of, let's say, computers, technologies, and Google, right? So this is really just the flavor what we can expect now, but it was really back then. But now, first, I believe, because you know, endings are necessary if we really want to welcome new energy. So with that Saturn involved, because Saturn will definitely finish the sign of Capricorn here, and we really have to get rid of some things. And in this case, I believe that these will be things connected to, let's say, heavy machinery, coal, oil, okay, or fossil fuels. So these will be definitely themes, and only then we can incorporate, or we can start to incorporate that, let's say, a bit crazy Aquarius energy, but I believe it will be for good, because Aquarius energy is really a very free energy, and it is, in my opinion, the sign of Aquarius is the sign which is all about society and very pro-society oriented. So, doing this forecast, it is really difficult to tell you exactly what will happen, but I believe that with Aquarius we can definitely expect some good things, okay? So maybe there will be more like energy medicine, driverless cars, renewables, okay? And really things like that, things that are, very, very different, but very welcoming, okay? Okay, guys, this was general scale, but I know that you are all waiting for your personal forecast, so let's check your sign. Hello Scorpio, this is more personalized version of your 2020 horoscope, and I would like to welcome you to your yearly forecast. For you it is very interesting because your year will start off on January 12th, because there will be lunar eclipse happening in your 9th house. And if you are a little bit familiar with astrology, you know that 9th house is really house of our beliefs. It is also house of things we find important. It is also house of our hopes and dreams and wishes, and things we really believe. It can be philosophical house in a sense, but on the other hand, it is house of our education, right? How educated you are, or if you are even able to get higher education, you should search your 9th house. Now, lunar eclipse is all about endings. It is all about ending things that really don't serve us anymore, right? So I see you during this year, or especially in January, that you will let go of some your old beliefs about life, about you, about people in general, and sometimes literally you may just cut off some people from your life, because this is very common with this position. It's like you will really get new understanding of things or people, or how really world works, and you will just decide to let go, okay? And during this lunar eclipse, it is really just best thing to do anyway. Now, during the exact day on January 12th, also your 3rd house will be triggered, and you will really hear me to say this a couple of times still, because 3rd house is the house which will be mainly triggered in 2020. Now, it will start off with conjunction between Saturn and Pluto, which is really heavy conjunction for everybody, because it is happening in the sign of Capricorn. So 3rd house represents definitely few things. Again, we find there education, but it is really the lower education. So if you are a student, or if you really want to study, you will definitely somehow try to figure out what you want to study, how to study, or exams will be happening, because this is really a 3rd and 9th house are both houses that represent education. Now, our 3rd house also represents our local people we meet on a daily basis. So there might be someone very authoritative, very close to you, and you will have to deal with this person, and it will be very difficult for you, because you are Scorpio, you are very powerful as a human being, and you probably just don't like to adjust that much, but somehow you might have problems with authorities, or you yourself can become very powerful and even more authoritative, but there will be price to pay for that, okay? Because this conjunction can really bring you a lot of things, and I will talk about it in a minute, but also there's a lot of hard work, okay? Third house is house of media, own business, you know, you can very well be superstar on the internet if you have a bunch of planets in your third house in your birth chart. And good news is that on April 4th, January 12th, and on November 20th of 2020, there will be another conjunction happening in your third house, and luckily this will be the beneficial one, conjunction between Jupiter and Pluto. And this is really great because, as I have talked about it in the general introduction, this is aspect of great richness. So my suggestion would be, if you have like any hobby or any like interests you like to do, you really should start take it seriously, okay? Because you can definitely become small business owner or to own something that is really that really belongs to you. And don't forget that whenever Jupiter is involved, we are lucky there, okay? And there will be, I love this aspect, you know, Jupiter conjunct Pluto is really great aspect and can bring you a lot, okay? Maybe not even too much work. Speculations are very much allowed, but of course we really have to have our boundaries. But really, you will have a courage to do that, okay? So really, I see you as starting something on the side maybe, but it will blow up for you in a good way, okay? So this can be one way how to look at it. Another is, of course, our siblings are in the third house, so we may even get closer to our siblings, or somehow our siblings will help us, okay? So we really have to be open even to other people and to their suggestions, to really have like open mind. I see you have in 2020. Okay guys, this was my forecast for you. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe button so I will be able to shoot more videos for you. I very much invite you to check my website horoscopesandreadings.com. I have plenty of free stuff there, like articles I write on weekly basis about astrology, and I can offer you my readings. And I am astrologer who can interpret any type of chart you want me, like relationship astrology, personality horoscope, career horoscope, money horoscope, child horoscope is also very popular, and also future predictive horoscope, because here we are still being very general, you know, but I'm able to really dig deeper into your chart. Okay guys, this was everything what I have for you for now. I wish you a very nice week and see you next week. Bye bye.